The hallway is bustling with students murmuring among themselves, crowding around the common notice boards. The notice boards display several missing students from this year. The school principal, he addresses the students, his voice firm.
Stay alert, everyone. More and more students have been mysteriously disappearing lately.
The students exchange confused whispers. Ethan also looks puzzled for a moment, but quickly shrugs it off. He thinks to himself,
It's none of my business, so why should I care?
Ethan was the king of laziness. A high school student with zero motivation, he spent his days sleeping, scrolling through his phone, and avoiding responsibilities like they were a contagious disease. His dorm? A disaster zone. His assignments? Non-existent. His diet? Instant noodles when he even bothered to make them. One night, instead of studying for his midterms, he binge-watched an entire TV series. Until finally, with a deep, exhausted sigh, he collapsed onto his unmade bed. Then, for a strange reason, it happened. A strange tingling sensation spread through his body. His vision blurred, his stomach twisted. And then, when Ethan woke up, something felt off. His bed felt way too big. His arms were gone. His nose felt weirdly huge. Confused, he rolled over and caught his reflection in his laptop screen. A pig stared back at him. Before he could even scream, his phone buzzed. A glowing message appeared. Due to your excessive laziness, you have been transformed into a pig. You have 5 hours to complete 3 tasks. 1 useful, 1 hardworking, and 1 selfless. If you fail, you will remain a pig forever. Good luck. Ethan's heart pounded.
Forever. The time now is 5:30 a.m. I have only 5 hours. I need to fix this. Fast.
Ethan waddled out of his dorm, desperate for a way to complete his first task. But how is a pig supposed to do something useful? Then he saw it. A stressed-out student in the library slamming the printer. The machine beeped angrily, refusing to print his paper. Normally, Ethan wouldn't care, but today, he had no choice. He trotted up, sniffed the printer, and nudged open the tray with his snout. A crumpled paper was jammed inside. He pushed it loose, slapped the print button with his hoof, and the machine whirred to life. The student's jaw dropped.
No way. That actually worked. Thanks, pig.
Suddenly, the other students noticed him. One of the students shouted,
Chase the pig!
and before Ethan could react, a crowd of students started chasing him. As he bolted out of the library, a warm sensation spread through his body. 1 task down, 2 to go. Ethan feels good after doing the good deed. Running for his life, Ethan dashed across the school. More students noticed the pig and joined the chase. He needed a second task. Then he saw it. A janitor struggling to mop up a massive soda spill in the cafeteria. Ethan hesitated.
Great. Hard work. And gross.
Then he remembered, stay a pig forever or grab that mop. With a deep, piggy breath, he bit down on the mop handle and started pushing it across the floor. He slipped. He slid. He almost face-planted into a sticky mess. But he didn't stop. When the floor was finally sparkling clean, Ethan collapsed, panting. The janitor patted his head.
Good pig.
Ethan didn't even have time to enjoy the moment because the students were still chasing him. But then, another warm pulse ran through his body. 2 down, 1 to go. Ethan raced through the school, the crowd behind him growing bigger. He had 1 task left, but 5 hours' time was running out. Then he heard it, a high-pitched yelp. A small dog had slipped its leash and was sprinting toward the busy street. Without thinking, Ethan ran. His hooves pounded against the pavement. His lungs burned. At the last second, he lunged forward, nudging the puppy away from the oncoming cars. The owners scooped up their dog, tears in their eyes.
You saved him. You're amazing, little pig.
Without enjoying the moment, Ethan ran off again. Noticing the time that he has finished the 3 tasks under the 5 hours. While still running, he felt a huge relief, and finally reached the corner where no one is around, and suddenly, Ethan was back, human again. He stood there, feels so relieved. The students, still looking for the pig. Ethan smirked and walked off like nothing happened. His phone buzzed. Laziness makes a pig of a person. Effort makes a person out of a pig. Don't forget it. And he definitely will remember this lesson for the rest of his life. The scene continues with Ethan walking toward the school's back garden. In the corner, he notices a fenced area, and behind the fence, the space is filled with pigs. The camera zooms in on Ethan's face as realization strikes.
What are those? The missing students. They must have failed the 5 hours test.
The scene then shifts to the principal, sitting in his office. As the camera is zooming into his face, turns out that his face is a rubber mask. And when he slowly removes it, he reveals his true face. Who would have guessed he is actually a wolf, and he happens to be the mastermind behind the mysterious missing students.
I can't wait to save out those lazy students.